just gonna be whatever. Like, and I want to check sound.
Sound check 1 2 1 2.
No, I gotta check it on the
I know. I'm just talking out loud because we're live, and maybe somebody be in the chat and be like, "Yeah, you guys are good."
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I don't know. We're all live. Hang on one sec.
I mean, we were all hearing each other earlier.
Rob Davis says we good. Oh, we're live. Oh, it's
Oh
There you
yeah,
go.
we're live. I went right back in.
Chef just jumped right in. He was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, shit, let's
yeah. I
just
was
go."
taking too long. I had to
Cool.
redo the intro and all
Okay.
that. And
Okay. All right.
you know,
So we're back
Dig
in.
it.
so welcome back into the Fantasy Football Sunday Tilt week 13. We had a little technicality with the audio stream, not our faults one bit, okay? You to the guys that were working on the little elves that put the wiring in behind the scenes on the internet. Yeah, that's what screwed us up today. Sorry about that. I'm glad everybody is still here. I'm glad
Yo, that was the
shout out
opposite.
Tilt Squad for doing it, because we would have went the whole damn show without saying a damn thing.
Yeah, we got a nice text on the side. Yo, that right there by the chef was the opposite of Vince Vaughn in that movie where he's like, I can't take all the credit. I have to give the credit to the little digital men that are inside the screen that are moving around and making all the plays. They're the ones out there giving it all. The chef was like, no, it was the little technical elves behind the scenes that messed it all up.
Is that an internship reference?
No, it was a breakup reference.
Oh, okay.
When he was playing Madden and he couldn't take all the credit for being the dude in Madden. He said it was all the little digital men on the screen.
That's right.
Yo,
I can't take all that credit.
Micro Machines recap of what you did miss in the first few minutes. If you're still out there from the Till Squad and you were watching us, blah, blah. Micro Machines, man. Mr. Swanson's a talented dude. The chef is always ready. We've been doing this for a long time. We used to do it as a pod. Go check out 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And apparently I have a big brain. That's it. And I talk really fast.
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what we talked about.
And babies keep you up, and you have to stay up all night, and you don't get much sleep because the baby kept you up all night. Mr. Swanson, welcome to Daddyhood. Now we've recapped. You're all caught up. Oh, and we're all 5-7 through 7-5 and struggling, and this is a make or break week, and we all have a lot of decisions to make, and the chef got a touchdown from Rico Dowdle. That was 6 minutes.
Yeah. That's pretty good, Juan.
Thank
you. Hope
you.
everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Hope everyone had a great Black Friday.
Yeah.
A great yesterday, and we're going to jump into some tilts now. Thank you again for everybody letting us know that we were having some technical difficulties. So
we appreciate
it. Right back at it. Chef, thank you for the hard reset.
Yeah, that was a hard reset, dude.
Big
that was a hard one.
Giuseppe, Dame, let's go. Here we go.
We're
going to jump into the first.
Back.
And I jumped into our lovely business suite over on Meta and let everybody know there is a different stream going up now. I hope everybody saw it. I know Jim Rambo was messaging in still. So,
all right, cool. Oh yeah, I saw Jim in here before. All right, cool. Let's jump into the first one, which I believe was in the first stream before we had to start over, and it started with a tight end tilt from Giuseppe between Disley or Hunter Henry in PPR.
Sure. Start out with a tight end question.
Why not? I think this happened last week.
It's the tilt. It's the tilt. We always do that.
All right.
I think I want to go
Disley or Hunter Henry, huh?
I think I want to go with Disley. Off the rip, it makes me. I was just looking at the weather today, and we showed part of the things that we missed in the first 6 minutes. The weather up in New England isn't going to be great. There's going to be wind gusts, 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts. I don't love that. He's touchdown dependent. I think Disley has work independent of what happens. I don't know what McConkey's status is going to be, but there could be more targets for him. And they're playing in a nice dome in a game in Atlanta that they need to win. They just lost that game against Baltimore, and I feel like they'll come back and then bounce back. And I think Disley has a decent game.
I'm looking through some. I can see the path to that for sure. What am I looking at here? Hunter Henry targets average around 6.2 per game for 4.3%. Reception rate.
He's getting a little bit more work. The fantasy points are right there, neck and neck.
Close.
I'll
just take
wind's not going to be too bad. Just looked it up. Clear sky, 30 degrees. New England's like no stranger to that at all.
Yeah, that's no Orchard Park today.
No, I thought it picked up. I thought it was 20 mile an hour winds.
Oh no, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Okay.
My gut told me Hunter Henry here. Okay.
Me personally, just conditions. Give me the dome. If we're splitting hairs, just give me Disley. but it's very, very close. And we're going to get this question a lot later, but the quarterbacks in these same two teams. You're going to hear a lot of Justin Herbert versus Drake May probably later on here in the tilt. Somebody's going to come up with that question. So give me Disley for that, for the tight end for now.
I'm on the Hunter Henry side. I think each and every week he's gotten his work. And you're right, Juan. We're splitting hairs here.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm not really going to, say your choice is wrong. It's just very consistent. The last 3 games, Hunter Henry has been an asset for that team. 8 targets last week, 9 before that. I think if they get into a certain kind of a back and forth game with Indy, which they probably could because they both kind of stink.
Yeah.
I think Hunter Henry comes true in this one, and I think we could see the same amount of work. I think 6 for 50 is an honest prediction.
Yeah,
I think they both should be around that number, Chef. I just, which one falls in the end zone is probably going to be the difference between these two.
And it could be neither. That's the whole thing. These guys really don't score too many touchdowns. Will Disley has one on the season, scored it 2 weeks ago against Cincy, who has like one of the worst defenses for tight ends. With that being said, he did 4 for 47 against Baltimore, and Atlanta's a decent matchup. I think you could see, like I said, around the same. I think it's splitting hairs today.
I dig it.
Okay, that's a great place to start. First tilt right off the bat. I'm going to keep it in the same matchup here with Giuseppe's second tilt between Ladd or Debo.
Oof.
In which case, I think, hold on, before I jump on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Ladd.
Ladd's health is what you're looking at, or is he okay?
I think he's okay, unless hold on, wait, let me check on that too. Yeah, he's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so health-wise, he's good. Falcons are 29th against quarterbacks on the season and 27th against wide receivers. I think it's going to be a close game. Chargers are only favored by 1. This will be a fun game to watch. Yeah, and there's playoff implications here, and I think Herbert's going to have to air it out. There is no J.K. Dobbins, so you're going to be relying on pretty much just Gus Edwards on the ground. I think that they're going to have to go through the air a little bit. On the other side,
Debo in the snow.
What have you done for me lately, bro? Like
terrible,
ugh. Yeah.
But Purdy was out. The offense was a little bit on the struggle bus. McCaffrey came back. That took away some touches. That takes away opportunities from Debo. But in the snow, it might be
it's going to be 23 degrees in the snow for the 49ers to have to.
It's supposed to be snow showers all day.
No Trent Williams. That's huge.
No Nick Bosa.
We never pay attention to the line, and
you're talking about the offensive line.
No, the offensive line. Trent Williams on the left side there. Like we make mention of it. We talk about it. We try to cover it here on the tilt. We go deeper into that a little bit than most sites and most places, but put some value on the fact that Trent Williams isn't out there and how that offensive line is going to look a little different tonight, especially in the cold and in the snow, traveling cross country. Like that's a tough game for the 49ers. So I still think Debo gets opportunity, but let's go Ladd.
I think you guys are right. I think it's Ladd.
Yeah, cool. I think it's Ladd.
Cool.
Good tilt, though. Good tilt. Giuseppe, thank you. Bringing us in hot.
And let's round out Giuseppe's third one here between Adams or Pickens in full PPR.
Oh, today could be the day.
For Adams?
Yeah, no, for Pickens.
Oh, okay. No, I actually was hoping it was. I want to go Pickens here. I thought you meant.
I like it.
That today might be the day. Like Adams has had a bye week to get more acclimated to the offense and maybe see some things here. But I don't like it.
I would agree with that. I would agree. I agree with both of those things. However, we still remember that Garrett Wilson is the number 1 receiver there. We've seen it on paper. Yeah. We've seen it in live action. George Pickens is the number 1 wide receiver there. How do we attack Cincinnati? We throw the ball.
Through the air.
Yeah.
Pickens all day over Cam Taylor Britt. I think he's just going to mop the floor with him. I have Russell down there, I believe, as a quarterback pickup in this one for a late waiver wire ad if you needed someone.
Sure.
They've been airing it out, and you think, like, if anybody's going to move the ball against Pittsburgh, it's going to be Cincinnati. Burrow's on a heater, and in order to keep up, you're going to have to throw the ball. I just think there's a lot more opportunity for George Pickens than there is for Devontae Adams.
Correct.
Give me Pickens. I'm with you, Chef.
He blew the lid off of the Bengals last season, too, in Week 16. 4 for 195. And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he took him down. Like, that's a...
Wow.
I did have Pickens on my anytime touchdown list that I made up last night.
Tell
I
you
like
what,
that one a lot.
I'm just gonna add that one on to mine.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. That's a good
We'll
one.
get to that
It's a
at the end
good
of the
one.
show. I like that one. That's a good one. All right, all the way from Germany. Guten Tag, Dame. What's going
Guten
on?
Tag, Dame.
Flex.
Guten Tag.
Dame has Chubb,
Herr
Javonte
Dame.
Williams, and Mark Andrews. Also needs 2 flex spots in a PPR dynasty league. He has Rashad White, Gus Edwards, JSN, Ray McLeod, or Otten. So,
all right. So off the rip, we're playing Gus Edwards, correct?
out
And the
of
PPR Dynasty one at the bottom? Yes.
hold on, wait. We need
He needs
need
2 flex spots.
Oh, he needs a flex for the first one, Chubb or Javonte or Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, oh boy is right.
Hmm.
If Chubb doesn't get a touchdown, he doesn't help you. Who knows who the running back is in Denver that's going to get to work this week? It's so tough picking that one. Now it seems like it's Javonte, but could it be Estime again? Could it be McLaughlin?
Yeah, I think it's a split there, and I don't know if I want to wait for that. It's not a good matchup with Chubb, but it's not a really good matchup for Mark Andrews either.
For Mark
No.
Andrews, either against the Eagles,
No.
it's not.
Yeah, so
Nah, CJ, GJ, and Reed Blankenship are playing out of their minds right now. The whole secondary, really.
you know Chubb isn't going to get off the field.
No.
That's all
the
I
best
can
opportunity,
say.
right?
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think
gonna
that's
be
the
your-
opportunity path you're looking for. I think the Broncos will throw the ball. I think Javonte will be involved. I mean, he's got 45 yards and 3 touchdowns on the season.
The Broncos have a good defense too, man. Like
The Browns have a
I know
good-
both teams.
Their running defense on the
Yeah.
Browns side.
Jedrick Wills is out. He's all banged up. That doesn't help the offense.
No.
But either way, they're throwing the ball. They don't care. I mean, Jameis Winston's probably going to throw like 5 interceptions in this game, and they're still going to come back and win somehow.
They're
Just
going
to
to
kill my
down the
parlay.
field. And you know what?
Give me Chubb. It's Chubb
Give me
for
Chubb.
me.
Give me Chubb.
Let's go, Chubb.
Give me
For
also a pass
opportunity,
interference in the end zone. Give me something. Give me right on the goal line.
Can't
I think
trust
that's how
Javonte.
I think that's how he scored last week. I mean,
I mean,
Chubb finished with a great day.
we know
for
you can't
with less than
pass
60 yards, but he
on-
scored twice
He
We
scored
know
twice.
you can't pass on the Denver Broncos.
on the Broncos. You cannot.
But you could kind of run on them.
You should
They're
be
middle
able
of the
to.
pack. Yeah,
They'll
they're
move
like
the ball.
yeah.
They'll move
I
the
just,
ball.
just lower expectations, but I still think he has a decent game, and hopefully he gets in the end zone for your fantasy team.
It's
And
really
then we have
between him and Andrews.
Yeah, I would say
But,
it's
yeah.
between him and Andrews, but I want to take Chubb.
Chubb.
I'll
I would take
in
Chubb in that
situation.
sense, unless it's like tight
Um,
end premium or something like that.
Now we have 2 flex spots in the PPR Dynasty League on the bottom here between Rashad White, Gus Edwards, JSN, Ray, or Otten. Now you said we're playing Gus for sure.
I'm playing Gus for sure,
Yeah.
man. He's going to get all the work.
You'll see some Kamani Vidal out there, but it's going to be Gus Edwards that gets the bulk of those carries. Good opportunity, decent matchup in a dome. Let's go with that. And I like JSN, bro.
Yeah, I knocked him a little bit down off his pedestal last week, and I was wrong for doing so. I'll come out and first one say it.
Yeah.
I was watching the game, and I'm like, damn, I was wrong.
Yeah,
Damn
he's
it.
dynamic, man. He's the truth.
Yeah, no, JSN has finally worked into this Coach McDonald offense where he is a threat like Amon-Ra St. Brown out of the slot.
Yeah.
And I think it will continue and it'll just blossom. We see Tyler Lockett still getting some targets, but not really going to be much here against the Jets. And with Gardner on the outside, that leaves Smith and Jigba just to run crazy, find the holes. I'm going JSN here.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll ride with you here too. So the 2 we're gonna go with Gus. I feel like Gus gives you. I think he has a good floor. I think it's a high floor.
Yeah.
I don't think
No. But it's a good floor.
It's
But
a good floor.
It's
Yeah.
a good floor. And then JSN
You could
on
be
top
shocked. They could come out swinging and
of that. Out of
score 2
curiosity,
touchdowns on the ground with Gus, and
I
you'd be happy
understand.
for the day.
I understand Dame because Rashad White could have a decent game. He's got Carolina. That's a really good matchup. But you never know with him, Bucky Irving, and even Sean Tucker last week got a touchdown.
I
So,
was going to say, Juan, that's pretty good. You brought that up because I have Bucky Irving for an anytime touchdown today, not Rashad White. And
See?
yeah,
I think Tampa Bay is going to throw the ball down the field, not down to their running backs this time, up against Carolina. So
Yeah, give me Gus. Yeah.
If you had to put them in order, that last tilt there, we have Gus and JSN at the first. Who would be 3?
Rashad White.
Rashad White.
Would be 3 for me.
Otten's, and then
I would
Otten,
put
and then
Otten and
4.
Rashad White are like neck and neck. Otten
All
might
right.
be
I think
more,
I would-
but I don't know how
Yeah, I
much
might
they're going to
give
have
Otten the
need to
edge.
throw in that game either. I'm expecting a bigger game for Bucky Irving and
Yep.
or Sean Tucker for that matter. Juan.
Yeah.
Shout out Buddy Mooney. Just wanted to throw this out there. This morning he texted me and said, Tilt needs to open the broadcast with Nuck if you buck and advise all listeners to start Bucky.
I like it.
So just want to throw that out there for the moon. Rob Davis, what's going on? Let's get it started.
Morning.
Good morning.
More
Hope you
Rob.
had a good Thanksgiving as well. No wide
Yes.
receiver help needed today. Instead, stuck on the quarterback. So, does he
Uh-oh.
roll with Lamar against Philly or Baker
Ooh.
against Carolina? Thank you and good luck
Wow.
to you as well.
Only thing I'll say before we get into it, and it's going to be very, very good. The last 2 times Lamar Jackson played against Vic Fangio and his defense, whether it was the Dolphins or the Broncos, respectively, he hit them for like 56 points and went bananas. However, the Eagles might be equipped to corral him and contain him a little bit, and that game could be a lot of lowered possessions because of time of possession. So you have less opportunities to get down the field and score because you might see a lot of long drives where both teams chew up the clock and try to keep this game low scoring and manageable. So that game script could scare me a little, but Lamar could go off and it could be a shootout too. So
I love your on the fence approach to Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to knock it. I do appreciate the scoring that you brought up from the past.
yeah, against Fangio. Yeah.
And even with that analysis, how you would want to attack the Eagles is to chip them away and kind of keep them a close scoring game.
For sure.
That's not Baltimore's MO. Baltimore's MO is get points on the board because we know our defense kind of stinks. And if they could do that against the Eagles, who has been struggling to put up first half points, it's going to be a great ball game.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, I'm still leaning Baker Mayfield because he has consistently been a top 3 quarterback for as long as he gets on the field.
The whole season, yeah. And his matchup is fantastic.
The matchup against Carolina, I'm not going to knock it. I'm putting Baker in above Lamar Jackson this week. That's what I'm going to do.
Bold.
Bold, for sure. It is very hard. It will be very hard to sit Lamar Jackson, but you do see what happens to Lamar Jackson against really good defenses. He couldn't get it done against Pittsburgh. I feel like he'll have a similar. I think it might not be as bad as Pittsburgh. I think that divisional game kind of just like there's other factors in play in one of those. Yeah, but maybe it's just Pennsylvania in general, man. I don't know. Maybe that's just what it is.
I mean,
maybe it's
don't get me wrong. His bad games aren't really bad for fantasy.
Well, right, that's the thing.
Like he had
going to run the ball. If anything.
2 games this year that he had a bad game: Vegas and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and there's a Max Crosby and a TJ Watt on.
And there's no Darius Slay this week.
There is no Darius Slay this week.
Yeah, but those rookies are playing out of their minds, and Darius Slay wouldn't have too much of a factor into it. I'd be more worried about is Nakobe Dean playing? Is he going to spy? Are you going to drop down Reed Blankenship to spy? Who's going to watch him, and are they going to be able to contain him? BG's gone. Brandon Graham's so that clutch 3rd down sack guy that can come in and help you.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. I still I know Lamar is going to have a good game. All right.
Yes.
Even if we compare the Eagles defense, their secondary, their front, he put up 280-3 against the Denver Broncos. If he could do that against the Broncos, he could do that against the Eagles.
Right.
I'm just saying that Baker Mayfield has a better matchup. He has a better opportunity. He has 2 weeks now of Mike Evans getting healthier.
Yeah.
And they can run the ball to open up the play action, which is all part of Tampa Bay's plan. So
and they throw it to the backs a lot too if they need to. They swing it out to Rashad White. They do throw the ball to Bucky.
Bucky was 6 for 64 last week.
I think Baker might just have a better.
How about Baker safer?
Well, I mean, he didn't do too much against the Giants last week. Shoot, now I'm shooting myself in the foot here.
You're going back to Lamar by the end of this.
Yeah, I think I might go back to Lamar now.
The tilt is real. This is when the tilt is real.
Yeah, like when you do it for that, like this is why we do this. Tilt of the Week. Rob Davis, you got me to hit it in the first hour, and in the first half hour, really. And if you carve out the first 10 minutes that we had that audio screw up,
yep. The first 20, man.
Juan, you're right. I'm tilting back to Lamar. You can't. You cannot bench Lamar.
Much as you might want to, much as the analytics might say the matchup, blah blah. It's Lamar Jackson, and it's America's game of the week. It's at 4:25. It's prime time.
I like Baker still in his lineup because, like, he's got a good playoff stretch. Vegas, Dallas, Carolina. You can't beat that.
No.
But just be prepared to make some hard decisions the next coming weeks.
This could be a start of a run. Like, not that Baker hasn't been playing well, but this could be the start of a run now where Baker kind of carries somebody out there through their fantasy playoffs and gives somebody a championship.
Well, what really deterred me was the last two games. San Francisco, 116-1. New York Giants, 24 passes for 294 and no touchdowns.
No touchdowns. Well, he ran one.
He ran in one that saved your fantasy day. Like, that's not something that you want to have to happen. Like, that's not safe. that's not consistent.
Right. No, but he was leading up to that. But ever since, like you said, when he didn't have Mike Evans, and Mike Evans hasn't been fully right, you've seen a different Baker. And, yeah, in this stance, like, yeah, let's go with Lamar.
I think we go with Lamar and see what Baker can do. I think there's still question, like, if he could be your league winner for the fantasy for the playoff stretch.
That's a good stretch, man. That's a good matchups that he's going to have. So it'll at least be a good option. And thank you, Rob, for the tilt of the week, man.
Yeah, that
was a good one.
Early smash. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Whew. Cool. Now that we got that one out of the way, let's go down to Dame's next one, where we're going to just transition right or stay with that Eagles game, whether or not we think Smith will play tonight, and we got to figure out what to do. Do you wait for the opener, or do you start any of these guys between Khalil Shakir, Demarcus Robinson, or Kendrick Bourne?
Oh, I like Shakir. There's no Kincaid. Keon Coleman is questionable. A lot of targets from snow games. Slot guy is the only one, if you're going to throw it, that you're going to throw to. I love Shakir.
Yeah, I think I do too. He had 12 targets last week.
Yeah, his targets are very consistent, especially with Kincaid out of the offense.
They are. Yeah,
I'm leaning Shakir.
I would lean Shakir there too.
It's a safe bet, especially if Smith doesn't play. You don't want to wait.
Well, the good thing is you're looking at a Sunday night game for Khalil Shakir and the 4:25 game for the Eagles. So you'll have some more information coming up. I'm sure you know this already, but Smith was limited on Friday. I would lean that maybe they won't start him.
I lean he doesn't play, and if he does, he's limited. I'd rather play Shakir today. I might start Shakir straight up over him, like with the matchup and everything.
Knowing he's banged up, I mean, he does have a good matchup against the Ravens, but
but I'm going. Shakir.
No, I mean, wait for the injury report, but I think Shakir would be a safe bet.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. I like that. Jim Rambo, coolest name in fantasy football. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving as well. Just one question this morning. Back to another quarterback tilt. Should he roll with Brock today or start Stafford?
I think you got to go Stafford, don't you?
Stafford. Yeah. I'm going to lean on the weather in that situation too.
A little bit. Avoiding whatever we can out of that.
No, just for on the San Francisco side, if I can, in situations like this, I would rather play Stafford against the Saints.
Yeah. It's Stafford.
Yeah.
Controlled environment.
Brock was questionable going into this week. He's got a tough matchup. It's going to be a snow game. We could see a lot of Christian McCaffrey in this one. They could run the ball a lot. Yeah, that's it.
That'll be a fun Sunday night game. A little snow.
Yeah. We have 3 good standalone games today, man. Season. It's a good day for football.
It is. Sir Cam Lanes, welcome back. What's going on?
Yeah.
Sir Cam, what's up?
Full PPR, Tank Dell, Brian Thomas Jr. or Adam Thielen, and then also a DST between Seattle or Baltimore. All right.
I'm going to go Seattle's defense.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll take Seattle's defense there. And then what I have. Do we know if? All right,
give me Tank Dell.
I think
I don't hate Thielen. I don't hate Thielen's matchup.
I hope Trevor Lawrence plays.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence is questionable.
Yeah.
I know. We'll
Give me
find
Tank,
that
though.
out soon. But I think I'll take Tank.
Yeah. Give me Tank regardless. Brian Thomas going to get shadow coverage by Derek Stingley.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Okay.
And he's been really good this year. He's taken a step in the right direction, dude. He's been really good.
Defense. I think it's going to be a high scoring game between Eagles and Baltimore.
Cool. Like that. And then Big Greens. Hold on.
Big Greens.
Bring up this guy.
Like
Kate Otten, Tucker Kraft, or Hawk in PPR.
Wait a minute. Tucker Kraft.
Didn't he already play? Tucker Kraft. He already played.
I hope he didn't start him.
Yeah.
Did he get traded in between
no
the other day?
Trade deadline passed.
Wow. He scored? No, did he score? He didn't score.
No. I think it was
He did something. I said his name
Jaden
out
Reed
loud
had two touchdowns.
That's right.
I didn't play him. He's too risky right now.
I had a nice anytime day on Thursday.
I'm gonna go Kate Otten here.
I'm gonna go Otten as well. Still, so let me see here. Still averaging 7 targets a game. Carolina has allowed 7 touchdowns in the last 5 to tight ends.
Wow.
It's a lot.
That's a nice little stat you just pulled out right there. I like
bring
it.
That. Give me that.
Let's go without and Big Greens.
Chef, I see you writing something down.
Oh,
cool.
No. We just had a special report from Arizona's head coach, Jonathan Gannon, that they are going to let Marvin Harrison eat today.
He didn't say that.
He said, we're going to get him going today, quote unquote.
I don't believe that for a second.
Quick Tom Pelissero interview right now.
Coach speak. Coach speak.
I believe that man when he talks, dude. And you know what? How do you beat the Vikings?
Jonathan
you
Gannon?
Throw it deep. Yeah.
Yeah, they can be beat over the top. You're absolutely right.
Did you see his speech before the season last year? You believe that speech? Remember that?
I don't remember that one. Was it Sirianni
style? God awful. It was like the worst thing you've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Well, he didn't know what the heck he was doing. It was his first time. He was nervous.
He figured some. Well,
it was like,
he didn't picture everybody in their underwear yet.
Nervous in the NFL. You know who's nervous in the NFL? Matt Eberflus. And look what happened to him. All right?
He gone.
He gone, baby.
Oh, Gannon's not nervous. Gannon's not nervous at all now. They're rocking.
He's feeling a lot better. All right, so that's the hot take of the day right there. Is they're coming out of Arizona. Marvin Harrison is going to have himself a day. In the meantime, we'll
Vikings.
Take care of Zach's right here. Got to flex one between Tua and Tua.
Zach only likes Tua.
Zach only likes Tua. Remember last week? That's shout out to those who were here last week that didn't know what that was. All right, flex one between Jordan Addison or the Gus Bus.
Man, Addison's on a heater, bro.
For sure. This is a ceiling or floor play, I think.
Yeah.
If
you need the points, you go Addison. If you need, if you want to go safe floor and all you want is 10 points out of this, go Gus Edwards.
I'm gonna say Jordan Addison.
I like to shoot for home runs too. I like
shoot for home runs. You know? It's the end of the season. If any of Zach's teams look like the one he's in the league with us, he needs the ceiling play. And that's why I say go to Jordan Addison. Sorry, Zach.
Yeah, so much attention getting paid to Justin Jefferson too. That's what's freeing him up, man. He's just open.
For sure.
And the deep shots seem to be going to him as well. So.
And on the other side of the ball, Marvin Harrison is just going to be eaten apparently. So what
might have a shootout.
They're going to might have a shootout here. They're going to have to keep up. Line is currently at 45. Vikings by 3. Who do you think wins this game?
I think Arizona surprises people today.
I think there might be a few of those.
Give me Arizona.
Honestly, I'm going to take Arizona too. Matt DeVita, good morning. What's going on?
Good morning, Matt.
Here we go. DK or Ridley?
It's a good one.
This is a good one.
It's close.
Oh, man. I'm going to look at he had an ankle thing, right?
Charles hasn't been that guy, bro. He's almost been getting thrown at this year. I'm not scared of it.
Yeah, the Jets don't feel like they used to. It doesn't feel like they felt like I feel like they're tired. I feel like they're sick of it.
It's whether or not the Washington defense can get to Mr. Mayo himself.
Will Levis, yeah.
Yeah.
Senor Mayonesa.
I wish
No,
Sauce
man.
was Sauce because then it would be easily Ridley for me. But
I mean,
because Sauce has him as Sauce, that's what's making it close. But I still think I'm going to lean Ridley. I don't trust Washington's corners. They traded for Marshawn Lattimore. He's not going to be available. He might play in Week 14. And
yeah,
even if he was,
I'm
he was
going.
food
I'm going
anyway.
Ridley, man. You
Yeah,
have to.
Ridley,
Yeah, I'm going
he's
with Ridley
on a
too.
heater.
Yeah, me too. Me too. This is gross
Yeah.
to say it out loud, but he is on a heater. And Titans haven't been playing bad. Their defense has done enough to hold up. They knocked off Houston last week.
I mean, Westbrook Akeen's a thing, bro.
Like, yo, man, that's.
I think it's just Ridley's just been outscoring Metcalf week after week. I think it's pretty much their only passing weapon besides Nick Westbrook-Akeen, that could snipe a touchdown or something like that. But I think it's Ridley.
I agree.
The scoring's just been there. I'm going to stick with the scoring.
Let's go with Ridley.
Lucius, good morning.
Morning,
What's going on, man? Do we go Burrow or Daniels today? Ooh.
Damn, that matchup is going to make this closer than it should be, man. Because Burrow's been 1-2, 1-2, like the last few.
They
weeks,
have
right?
to win this game. They have to. This is for fantasy, especially the Bengals have to win this game, or else say goodbye to Jamar Chase's value for forget it.
T. Higgins ain't playing after this if they lose this game. T. Higgins' hamstring's gonna act up. He's done for the year, so he can go somewhere else. Chase, they're done. The season's over. It's a wrap if they lose this game. They got to win it. But it's Steelers still the Steelers, and the Steelers make all good quarterbacks look bad or mediocre.
I'm going to go with Jaden Daniels.
I think so too.
I'm going with Jaden Daniels. Yeah. He has a better matchup against Tennessee. He also has Austin Eckler out. That adds an extra tip to the rushing hand that Jaden Daniels can pitch.
The ribs are better. The ribs are getting better. He's going to feel free to run a little more because he hasn't been running as much since he.
And the connection with him and McLaurin has really grown over the last couple of weeks. And I think even if they get themselves in a sticky situation, that's where he's looking. He's looking down the field. He's not just looking to run the ball. And yeah, I'm going Daniels today just for the rushing upside alone in the matchup.
If he wants to run the ball, he can go for it. I mean, just like you said, his ribs are getting better. It went from at least 20 yards a game, at least, but more in the 40s or 50s to 5, and then 18. And then last week, he was back to 74. I mean, it was against Dallas, but still 74 yards.
Right.
You don't need to run 74 yards if you're not feeling like you can run 74 yards.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The ribs were hurting. Yeah, he's
healthy. He's healthy, so I'm gonna go Daniels.
Close, though. You're not in a bad spot, Lucius. You can't go wrong with the number one quarterback. The last 3 weeks, I'm pretty sure Burrow's been 1 or 2. He's been crushing it. So, but Daniels gives me that rushing upside that you're looking for, and
he's averaging 46 yards a game on the ground.
Is that what it? Okay, yeah, I knew it was somewhere in there. All right, this one. Hold on. Okay, so Big Green's last tight end tilt between Otten, Kraft, or Hawkinson. We're going to take the winner of that tight end tilt and put them up against Taysom Hill. Who would you take? Guillotine league, so you can't really have a straight dud. Now
So it's Cade Otten or Taysom Hill?
Yeah.
Still going Otten.
This is such a hard decision.
Because that Taysom Hill game that you get every once in a blue moon where he has the multiple touchdowns or he's got a long run or whatever, those don't happen all the time. It feels like every time I put him in a touchdown parlay, he doesn't score. Every time I put him in a lineup and think he's going to do well, he doesn't do anything for me. But bias aside, I just love Otten's matchup against Carolina.
I really love the matchup too. But who else do you really have there in New Orleans? Besides Kamara,
that's it.
To do stuff for you. You really just have
Taysom
Kamara.
Hill, man.
Hill
I think it's Taysom Hill for me.
Number 1 tight end finishes on the season. He has week 4 and week 11. Week 9, a few weeks ago, he was tight end 5, and then he was tight end 16, which in the tight end landscape is garbage. But
the Rams haven't been a bad defense, though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Rams haven't been a bad defense, but they're not exactly a great defense either. They rank 25th against the tight end, which Taysom Hill's not really a tight end. He's a unicorn.
Gadget.
He's everywhere. You can't really,
So you really can't comp for that. And the Rams can give up points wherever on the field, passing, running. They do all that. I think Taysom Hill has that flex play. I'll put him in as tight end.
Over Otten?
Yeah, over Otten.
All right. I'll do it if you tell me that it's because of the chance to score.
Oh, 100%. It's
You know
because
what I
of
mean?
a chance to score, and it's a fact that Taysom Hill has a higher average of fantasy points, and he's played less games.
That means exactly what I was talking about, though. It's the blow up games. It's the big games that he's had is going to skew his average fantasy points per game. While Otten's been pretty steady Eddie and has a good matchup today. So that's my hesitation. I'm willing to go with you guys and go Taysom Hill because I know I have certain biases, but I'm stating my claim for Otten's a little more steady Eddie. And
I have Taysom Hill as a top 5 tight end this week. I have
I
Kate
want to
Otten
know.
as like number 8.
I was going to say 7 or 8.
Yeah,
I
right above
know
Evan Ingram.
Greens. I want to know what the rest of your. Do you have another flex on that team? Where
Maybe.
like if you can just keep Kate Otten in your tight end spot for the moment, what other flex spots do you have, and what are those
flex Taysom Hill? Yeah,
yeah, we can do that in our dynasty league of record. I have already started. I started excuse me. I started Jonnu in my tight end position.
Nice.
I started Brock Bowers as a flex.
Wow.
Against Connor. Go look at it.
I love it.
Yeah, against Connor, and then I just put in Taysom Hill over. I forget who I benched, but it was. I don't know. I'll get to it in a second.
Hey man,
so Greens has
moves.
Jonathan Taylor at the other flex.
Oof.
Which I understand you can't move that, and then K9 and Mixon at starting running back.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, no.
I think I would roll with Taysom.
Well, you're gonna win either way, then, Big Greens. Like, what are you be stressing for? Kate Otten, Taysom Hill. Like,
hey man, that's how they lock it up.
It's a very good point. It's a very good point. It's a good point. I'm gonna lean Taysom Hill, still knowing that Kate Otten I feel like is gonna have a good game, but I'm gonna stay on the Hill side.
You put Taysom Hill in your lineup and took out.
That is disrespectful, bro. Like, I really
who'd
don't
you take
see how
out?
that game
Cooks?
is supposed to be that
Pacheco?
way.
I think no. Well, Pacheco didn't start because that would have been foolish.
Or DeMarcus Robinson?
No, I think it was maybe. I'm not sure exactly what I did here.
I think you're just playing 3 tight ends because that's what you got, homie.
I think that's it. Yeah. Oh no, I think I took out Noah Brown.
Well, that was a good move.
Well, that was a smart move there.
Really,
Swanson.
Real big brain stuff over here.
He's got the baby brain going, dude. Yeah. We're just picking on him. It's great.
Yeah, my brain hurts. Gotta love it.
Next question.
Lucius, last day of the trade deadline in Lucius's league, traded Waddle for Rashad White. Playoffs are week 16 and 17. Looking at playoff matchups, thought it was a good move. What do we think?
Yeah, Chef talked about it earlier. He hinted on the schedule for the Bucks being really nice down the stretch, where they have Vegas, Carolina, and who'd you say, Chef? And Dallas.
Dallas.
So those are 3 really good matchups for you right there.
Carolina week 17.
And then compare it to the Miami Dolphins schedule, which is the Jets, Houston, San Francisco, and Cleveland. They're not as good for Waddle.
No. And he's been inconsistent.
So I don't mind that. I would rather play the schedule of Rashad White, especially if they're going to need to go down the stretch. They're going to need that passing work.
I agree. Good trade, Lucius. Way to look ahead. Bob Dole.
Yeah.
Let's help him out with the lineup here. We got to pick 2 wide receivers between London, Mooney, Addison, Devontae Smith, or Pickens. Wow. Oh man.
All right. I'll go first. I'll lay it down. Okay. My pick of the week was Pickens.
I was going to say.
I already established that at the beginning of the show, or it might have been on our first stream this morning. Addison has a decent matchup. I'm not going to knock him, but it's not as good as the matchup that London has. I have London as a top 12 wide receiver this week. And with Mooney coming off of a banged up week of practice, I'm going to stick with Drake London. I think this is a turnaround blow up game for London. He's finally fully healthy. They need him to play. And we already talked about Pickens and the moon ball, catching the moon ball out of nowhere. And I think he's just going to destroy the defense today. That's my take on these 2.
I'll go with you with Pickens.
Fair enough.
For sure.
Make your case.
For sure. No, well, Pickens, just what we said. Mr. Swanson mentioned it. 4 for 196.
Oh, no, not on Pickens. Not on Pickens.
Oh, okay. I don't even know if I like London over Mooney, to be quite honest. And that's Chargers defense is really good. I think I would take my chances on Addison. Again, we were talking to Zach earlier about the
I was
home run
thinking that
ball
too.
and the opportunity and the fact that he's on a heater. I can't really split London and Mooney. And I know London's the possession guy and he's due for some touchdowns maybe. And you mentioned Mooney with the injury. It's been a couple weeks that he's been nursing an injury and messing around. I think I would leave both Atlanta guys alone and I would go Addison and Pickens. Pickens 100%, I agree. And then between the other three, I think I go Addison. Given that Devontae is not going to play, if Devontae was healthy, I might even go with him over the Atlanta players.
I was gonna say if Devontae does end up playing, well, wait a minute. Well, we'd have to make that decision at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Addison plays at 1 o'clock. London and Mooney. That's also 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah. So you
So
kind of
gotta
got to
make the
take Smith
decision.
off the table here. Yeah.
I'm taking Devontae out. I don't think he plays. And I'm not rolling the dice for that.
Even if
Because
he
if he
does, it's
doesn't
hard
play,
to
then
roll
you're
the-
really screwed.
then you're screwed.
Let me try to tilt you back the other way, Juan.
Okay.
All right, Atlanta going up against the Chargers. The Chargers third overall for fantasy wide receivers, which is a bad thing for the Chargers. Sixth most fantasy points given up to the perimeter, seventh most against the slot over the last 4 weeks. Arizona against the perimeter, where Addison mainly plays, 27th against fantasy wide receivers. So they're the 27th worst. Not a good team to play against. Or is that number
What do you
right?
mean?
I'm sorry, 23rd. So they're bad against the perimeter wide receiver. They're 27th best or 23rd
bad.
best. Yeah, they're bad.
So Addison has a good chance.
No, up the way.
Do you mean they've allowed the 23rd
So it's top
most
11.
points?
So it's top 12.
Yeah,
That would mean they're top 12.
Oh,
yeah, they're top 12 against the pass. You can put it
Oh.
that way. Thanks.
yeah.
Sorry for the screw up.
That's okay. I'll still stick with Addison.
All right, we're putting that one on the board.
Put it on the board. I can't.
versus-
And if you made me pick another one, I'd pick Mooney over London.
Oh, you know, it's funny. We picked Jaden Daniels versus Lamar Jackson last week. How'd that turn out?
I don't know. I did it.
I forget already. How did that
Week
turn out?
13. All right, so Addison.
Well, Jaden Daniels had at least 74 yards rushing. I remember that stat line.
This is such a hard tilt.
Addison versus London. I'm going London, baby. I'm going to London, baby.
Our buddy Lincoln, shout out Lincoln. He's in London right now.
Shout out, Link.
Link's in London right now.
Man. I got to break the tie here. And I don't want to.
Let's hear it in the chat. Let's hear it in the chat. Addison or London?
Yeah, this one's tough, dude. I mean, I just because you coming off of the week where Addison just absolutely blew up. Like I don't feel like I'm chasing those points when I make the decision here. Although it's like
chasing those.
He's on a heater.
Chasing him, yeah.
I mean, you're chasing him a little bit.
A little bit of the heater mentality, and the fact that
I
I don't want to choose between the two Atlanta guys. I just can't. I don't want to pick between them. So I'd rather go with Addison.
Let me look at. Wow. All right.
Oh, we got Jim Rambo in the chat saying London.
Fifth most with the. I feel like I'm leaning London, but then I'm looking at what happened last week with Addison, but I still feel like I'm leaning London. I'm not. I'm gonna go Addison, and I'm gonna move on.
Ooh.
I just looked up some stuff with Sam Darnold, and I think that's gonna be what's gonna push me into the other side. But that's what's gonna do it. I'm gonna roll with Addison there. Jeez,
that was a tough.
That was almost a button smash too. That was a good one, Bob Dole. Thank you,
Bob Dole.
Saints secondary stuff takes effort. That's
takes
good.
effort.
We did that the other way.
Big green.
CeeDee Lamb is killing everybody too. Don't worry.
Everybody, Jim Rambo. It's one of those guys you can't bench. The worst.
Tim Barrett. Good morning. We got to get 2 in here between McLaurin, Debo, or Sutton. So bench 1 in PPR.
Bench.
Oh man, bench Debo.
Yeah,
I'm thinking bench Debo in that matchup.
Yeah, tough, but you have to. Sutton's playing really well
Kittle's
right now.
playing today, right?
Last time I checked.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have I have him for 40 yards.
Yeah. Give me McLaurin and Sutton today.
Yeah.
I agree. Crooked Commish, what's up, cuz?
Antonio,
What's
what's
up,
up,
Crook?
boy?
Antonio, help the commish out, would you? Need a win and some help to get in that last spot in the playoffs. PPR in the flex. Addison, Devontae Smith if he plays. Brian Thomas Jr. and Tank Bigsby.
Oh.
Well, I'm definitely flexing Addison out of that. And then Devontae Smith, if he plays, yeah, sure, I would probably play him over BTJ.
But you got to make that decision beforehand because the other game's at 1 o'clock. Both
Is
those
it
Jaguars.
bad as
It is a 1 o'clock game, isn't it?
Tank
All he needs is one PPR. That's it.
Bigsby.
One in the flex. That's it. So it's Addison.
It's definitely Addison.
There we go.
Oh, it's just the one? Oh, okay.
Just the
I thought
one.
there was two.
Give me
All right, good.
Addison.
Right? Yeah, PPR in the flex. That's it.
Just kidding. Or Tank Dell as well.
Oh,
So it's really
So it's
between
Tank or
Addison.
Addison.
Ooh, I don't know if
I'm thinking Dell has a decent game today, so that's not a bad choice. But I think I would pick.
Give me Addison higher upside.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one I'm going Addison on. That's my tier break.
Man, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a good tilt.
Week 14. Yeah, that was a good tilt, Crooks. Thank you. Brad Erseg, what's going on? Good morning. We need two between Amari Cooper, Juwan Jennings, Calvin Ridley, or Jerry Jeudy in full PPR. And then we have another one below it. Amari Cooper, Juwan Jennings. We need two. All right. How do we feel about Amari Cooper? Do we feel like he's had some time to get a little more acclimated to this offense? Do we feel like
no, but no Keon Coleman and no Dalton Kincaid. Opportunity increases, but matchup and weather, not great.
Nope.
I love
the
Calvin.
Bills are no strangers.
So we have no recent Amari Cooper scores since week 7. Okay, he hasn't been valuable for fantasy, but since before the trade in week 7.
Give me Calvin Ridley.
Give me Calvin Ridley and Juwan Jennings.
Okay.
Brock Purdy back in there. He's going to be looking for Juwan Jennings in the same game. I think Juwan Jennings has a better game than Amari Cooper.
And Jeudy gets her tan, right?
I'm not even worried. I'm not even going to Jeudy.
All right.
Not with these guys in there.
All right, Calvin Ridley and Juwan Jennings. I'm with it.
Okay. Even in the snow.
Yeah, I mean it's the same game. Juwan Jennings or Amari Cooper.
No. I mean like
in
Ridley or
it's the matchup against Denver that I'm worried about with Jerry Jeudy. Like he could have a decent game, but him against Patrick Surtain scares the crap out of me.
I don't know if he actually gets Surtain to clear that.
Either way, they're really good. The Broncos secondary, like either way, it's a bad matchup.
He's gonna get Riley Moss, but yeah, he's like the wide receiver 3 there, behind Njoku.
Probably.
I really think Cedric Tillman has really come out of his shell. And you'll see
Tillman's not playing.
You'll see Surtain on Tillman.
Yeah, Tillman's not playing.
Right? Tillman's out, right?
I'm leaning Jeudy here, guys. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not doing that
on a Monday night, I don't care if it's against the Broncos. Somebody like Jameis Winston, he does not care. He will just continue to throw the ball. Just throw the ball, throw the ball.
For sure.
The snow game with Juwan Jennings, with Brock Bowers throwing the ball, coming off the injury, it's going to be dead cold. That's not good for injuries.
Brock Bowers already played this week.
And he put up hella points.
Yeah.
But he meant Purdy. I know he meant.
Oh, no, I meant Brock Purdy. Brock Bowers.
You know what? With Purdy, you're right, with the snow and coming off the injury, I'll be willing to go with you. I think Jeudy might outscore Jennings. Yeah.
I think he might. I know the Broncos are a scary defense.
If he was getting Surtain shadow the whole time, like I would be a little afraid of it. But if he's not, and he's going to be able to roam, like you said, Winston's going to YOLO. He's going to throw those balls up anyway. He's going to throw it. Give me Jeudy over Jennings. Why not?
Do you really think that? I mean, like last week it was Las Vegas. There's not a lot there in terms of wide receivers for them to be like the Broncos finished 7th best. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Let me look at. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'll be with you in a second.
Yeah, it would have been Jacoby Myers anyway, and he's been playing pretty well if it was Vegas. But Give me Judy over Jawan Jennings. I'll take my chances with that.
Give me
Especially
Jawan Jennings.
You said Tillman's out, and then we just finished saying Kittle's back.
Oh, what's
Debo's playing. It's in the snow. There's so many mouths to feed. Purdy's coming off the injury. Give me Judy slightly over Jawan Jennings.
So right now on paper, it looks like the Broncos are, just to like solidify this a little more, make my case a bit. When you last week or week 12 against Las Vegas, look at the wide receiver room. There isn't anything really that special. Versus Atlanta the week before that, yeah, maybe like they finished number 2, and then you have some players there. Kansas City, not a lot going on. Baltimore torched them actually, and then Carolina, New Orleans, Las Vegas, the Jets. There's really not a lot of meat there. I feel like they haven't really played teams that have like superstar wide receivers. And I'm not saying that they really do have that on the Brown side either, but at the same time, the volume of passes that you get from Jameis Winston would be enough for me to start Judy over Cooper or Jennings.
The game we mentioned, Denver versus Atlanta, you mentioned, I don't think Mooney played in that game. So they were missing receivers there. A lot of those other teams had receivers that are really injured and banged up that really weren't playing. Stagnant offenses that are struggling like the Jets that you mentioned. I think Judy, with no Cedric Tillman, gets the opportunity. Like you said, the Jameis is going to throw it. I think I like it.
Thank you, Brad. Last week in a snowstorm, Judy did catch all 6 of his targets for 85.
Yeah,
against Pittsburgh.
And
80
it was
on the field for 83%. Yeah, and against Pittsburgh.
I like Judy.
All right, Judy. I'll go with you guys.
I know you don't want to.
Okay.
It's not
reluctantly, but you make good points. You make good points. It's a tough weather game against a tough defense. There's a lot of mouths to feed. You clicked all the boxes for me. And my enthusiasm over Jerry Jeudy, since he's even come out of college. Like I've never been a Jeudy fan, but for this purpose, I'll lean with you. You got Jerry Jeudy on me.
Let's go.
Cool. Nice. Great tilt, Brad.
Like when it all comes together.
Sure do. And then let's do another one for Brad between Debo, BTJ, and the Eat Man.
It's the Eat Man.
The Dinner Man. Marvin Harrison.
We'll definitely go Marvin Harrison. And then Debo over Brian Thomas with the Stingley matchup, Jeff?
Oh, that would depend if Trevor Lawrence is playing or not. If Trevor doesn't play, then you still have Debo as a second choice.
You got 25 minutes to see what happens.
And then, it is what it is. But I don't know if I trust Brian Thomas Jr. necessarily, even with Trevor Lawrence in there.
Detroit, even against Detroit last week, he had 7 targets. He caught 5 for 82. He was, that's a good flex day. We'll see. We'll keep you updated with the Trevor Lawrence news probably in around 25 minutes.
That'll be a tight decision though, but Marvin Harrison definitely we start out of that group.
Well, here's another one here. Let's keep going with the Brian Thomas Jr. for Zach between BTJ or Najee. First time we said his name today.
Oh, Najee.
Najee against the Bengals. 10th against running backs.
Floor versus ceiling again?
I don't know about the ceiling.
I think they have about the same ceiling as far as points scored. I think they could both wind up with like 10 fantasy points today. I wouldn't be shocked.
Jaylen Warren is back.
Yeah, Jaylen Warren's back. He sniped a bunch against Cleveland last week in the snow globe.
Yeah.
Once again, I think if Trevor Lawrence plays, I think you might have to go Brian Thomas Jr. here.
I like how each one of these tilts is kind of like flowing into the next one. So now, Najee or Chuba?
Chuba. I know they're trying to bring Brooks into it, but I feel like Chuba.
He's still the lead back. He got paid. I mean, if he scores a touchdown, you're going to have a good game. Give me Chuba.
Yeah, I agree. And I love this down here. I didn't even see that. All right.
Yeah, that's
so
where
Big Greens.
Nice.
The Big Greens went Addison on that other tilt with me, and then Urseg went London, and Jim Rambo, coolest name in fantasy football, went London with the chef.
And Brad.
And then hasn't played an abysmal Chi-Town defense yet. Yeah. All right. I mean, I see that. But all right, Lucius, need a quarterback start. Pick one between Wilson, Richardson, and Darnold. Playing from behind this week. Okay. All right. All right, here we go.
Good luck to you too. Oh,
Good
man.
Luck. All right. Darnold. I mean,
Is it Russ, dude?
Might be.
I think it might be. I think it might
He
be Russ against the Bengals, man.
Waiver wire ad this week, and you know how we
Bengals
like our waiver wire heroes.
Through the air, man.
Just like I was saying with my talks of Pickens earlier this morning, I think it's Russell Wilson here today.
Yeah. I think it. I mean,
Richardson against New England. You know, New England's going to crowd the line.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't like that matchup for him.
Darnold. He's got
it's between Wilson and Darnold here.
I think Russell just has the better matchup. I think they're going to be able to throw the ball in Cincinnati to keep up with the scoring. I think it's a tough divisional matchup, but that doesn't matter. They're going to throw the ball either way. I think it's Russ for me.
I'm going to go Russ too.
Yeah, script says Russ.
Yeah. Good luck, Lucius.
Good luck.
That's going to be a good game.
Like Marco from Frapoya. Good luck.
It's super close, but yeah, I think it's Russ.
Ishan, welcome in. Good morning. Ishan, let me know. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing everybody's name right. We need two wide receivers and a leg. Ishan, I like that too. Need two wide receivers and a flex between Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, Taysom Hill, Gus Edwards, and
let's
just leave him off. Yeah, let's just not have to read that last part.
Etienne fell all the way off, man.
You burned everybody, myself included. All right, two wide receivers and a flex. Well,
give me McLaurin. He's the one I like the most out of all those receivers.
Terry against the
Gus Bus for the opportunity.
I think the Gus would be that would be your flex. Would you play Gus over Taysom? Yeah, yes. Right. Like that's a floor versus ceiling. But we did say that Gus has a good floor today. We feel like it's not just a decent floor. It is a good floor. It should be. Wow, this is tough.
This Ish coming in hot. If this is his first tilt, bro, hot fire.
This is bananas. All right.
Instinct says first three. Beginning of the year, you would have gone first three.
Yeah.
My instincts say first three: Drake London, Garrett Wilson, McLaurin.
Right.
And also, so do my rankings.
And also, full disclosure, you happen to have them in our League of Record Dynasty team, and you're a fan of all three guys. So let's put it all out.
Wilson's been outside the top 40 the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you know what? That's why that's why I didn't say anything ahead of time, Juan. I wanted you to finish your part because as you know, I had had all three of these guys in our Dynasty League. And I sold Terry McLaurin just for Bo Nix. Right. Those three guys in this scenario are probably the best picks. All right, you're Gus
in
Edwards.
In the same game, I would probably take DK over Garrett Wilson. In that same game.
No.
It's just the struggle bus that the Jets have been on, man. I mean, maybe because I'm a Dolphins fan, I'm skewed. I like Garrett Wilson, love the player, fantastic fantasy asset. Great player on the field, one of the best receivers in the league.
He's had 2 down games before the bye. They're coming out of their bye week. They're playing Seattle
with 2 good corners.
I don't see how I can sit the wide receiver 6 for DK Metcalf, man. I don't think
I see what you're saying. I think this is one where I don't know if I want to really overthink
I
be
think the
first three.
floor game from Garrett Wilson evens out with DK Metcalf. I think Garrett Wilson's ceiling is just so much higher. He gets so many more targets, except for the last, 2 weeks or whatever it was. He even had 8 targets against Indy. He just only caught 4 of them.
Only caught 4 of them. Yeah.
All right. I'll tilt with you.
Yeah. I guess it's the first 3 for me. That's tough though.
It's definitely London and it's definitely McLaurin, but all right.
Sorry. Oof.
Great tilt though, Ish. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, great tilt. I agree with Big Greens here. By the end of the day, we'll have a good idea of who the MVP is.
It's a shame that they do the thing that they do because it's none other than Saquon Barkley. But
it's where the MVP just goes to the quarterback of the team.
It's gonna go to
the MVP. It's Saquon Barkley
and all that stuff. Yeah, the MVP is Saquon Barkley.
I think Jalen Hurts gets it, but then he just gives it to Saquon Barkley because that's the kind of player he is. He's not worried about award. He's worried about winning the Super Bowl.
Was it on this show last week that we brought up that in Saquon's contract there's no bonuses for touchdowns? Was it on this show?
No.
Yeah, there's no in his contract. There's no. That's why I love Rosen. There's no bonuses for touchdowns or for rushing touchdowns in his contract because they didn't want it to affect the decision to go for the tush push or not.
Nice.
Because it's so effective. That's just
sense.
a genius way to put that into the contract. I'm sure that they took the average of what that would have been and just be like, we're just going to pay you for it.
Yeah.
Here's your bonus already. We didn't want that to be factored into a decision.
He would be having statistically one of the best running back seasons of all time if it wasn't for the tush push. If he had half of Jalen Hurts' touchdowns, he'd be on pace to break LT's touchdown record. He's already on pace to break the rushing yards record.
Oh, I was talking about Hurts' contract, not Saquon.
Oh, and Hurts'?
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts' contract.
Does Saquon have any bonuses? Because he would be on pace for 30 touchdowns.
Oh, I'm sure there's bonuses for Saquon. I mean,
dude, he would be on pace for 30 right now. 30. He'd be on pace for. And he's already on pace to go over 2,000 yards, which rarely gets done. 2105 is a real possibility. 2105 is a real possibility.
It really is. That number just becomes more and more real every week. It's wild. All right, Crook, here we go. And then Crook's other league, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, and 1 flex between Evans, Cooper, Jennings, Tank Dell, or BTJ, Bijan, Kamara, Pollard, Jonathan Taylor, and then quarterback Burrow or Herbert.
Flex has got a monster squad. I like it.
So running
Evans and do we take Tank or Brian Thomas? Which one?
Over Cooper?
Still don't know the news.
Over Amari Cooper, yes.
I would go Evans for sure and probably Tank.
It's between Tank and Jennings for me.
Then I would take Tank.
I'm going to go Tank because of the snow.
I'll take Tank because of the weather. And then running back wise, we need 2 of those also between Bijan, Kamara, Pollard, and JT. I haven't talked a lot about Bijan today. He's Chargers.
Coming off a bye against the Chargers.
I haven't really talked about JT either, who has been slacking as of late. I had a bench
I feel like this
week.
is got to be a bounce back game. Patriots have shown holes in that run defense. Let me look at Pollard because right now I'm looking at JT
Pollard against Washington.
I don't feel great about it.
I don't feel any type of way.
You also get 1 flex, so you could go with 3 running backs, or you can go with the 3rd receiver and put Jennings in there.
Well, then let's go.
We really need 5 of these guys. It's just that it has to be 2 of each position. So you could go with a 3rd. You could go Dell and BTJ or Dell and Jennings, or you could go Bijan, Taylor, Kamara. I don't want to bench Bijan. Coming off a bye, get right. I don't want to bench him. Pollard's been playing well, though.
I know Pollard's been playing well, too. For me, it's I want to play Kamara and I want to play.
Pollard had a really blow-up game last week against
JT.
Houston. He hasn't been playing well prior to that.
Oh, okay.
So give me
recency bias.
Kamara, Jonathan Taylor, and then Evans and Tank Dell in the wide receiver spot.
I definitely want to play Taylor. I definitely want to. I really kind of want to play Kamara too.
All right, put Kamara in the flex or whatever. Yeah,
and then
Bijan, Kamara, Taylor.
You could flex either
JT
Bijan or I think I might flex Bijan over Tank and Jennings, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
No, we're doing 3 running backs. Yeah, we're doing 3 running backs, and then we're doing Evans and Tank.
I thought. Okay. Why is it 3 running backs? He needs 2.
2.
Oh, I'm saying. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't matter which one you flex.
So 3 running backs. Yeah. I'm sorry, Bijan, Kamara, and Taylor.
Yeah.
And then
Burrow.
Oh, that's right, Burrow.
Oh yeah, the quarterback question.
Yeah, the quarterback tilt. That's right. Give me Herbert. Falcons are 29th against quarterbacks, 27th against wide receivers. Burrow going up against, even though it's a must-win game, and I feel like he's going to give it everything he has. I feel like which he has this year. They just keep losing, but up against Pittsburgh, I'm going to take Herbert.
What is
through the air?
Am I crazy since I'm using the phone for the camera right now and I don't have access to the stats? Burrow's last couple weeks of fantasy finish.
Gotcha. All right, Burrow.
I know one game was against the Ravens towards them. I feel like he's 1-2.
Last 3 are 2-1-1. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those have been against Baltimore has a bad defense. The Chargers have
supposedly a good defense.
It's like middle of the pack, but towards the back of the against quarterbacks and wide receivers. And then Vegas. I'm trying to. Oh, they already played. Trying to see the last time that he played a decent defense, a decent to good defense was Philly in Week 8, and he was quarterback 23.
Okay. It's funny how time flips, man. Week 4 or 5, we would have been saying that the Ravens and the Chargers had better defenses than the Eagles.
Yeah.
Give me Burrow.
I can 2-1-1, man.
Give me Burrow.
I'm playing Burrow.
I'm playing Burrow. Up against tougher teams, even like Baltimore, you'd expect him to throw a ton.
It's not a bad
he threw
defense.
For 21 for 218. That's not the MO of the offense. The offense now is a run-first offense. We see it in his score line. Herbert didn't score a touchdown through the air. He only scored one on the ground last week. All right, and I'm not sticking around for that. Give me Burrow. I know he's going to throw at least 2 in this game for at least 250 yards. I'm okay with that line.
Yeah, or even more, man. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Maybe not against Pittsburgh, but we'll see. They don't have the run game like they used to. I mean, I know Chase Brown is decent, but he's not a Joe Mixon.
They're not pounding the rock. He's straight up throwing it. He's just lining up and gunning it.
You can't. Yeah, exactly. And you have a tough time running the ball against Atlanta. I think Justin Herbert's in for a surprise today.
I'm still going to stay Herbert.
Okay.
I think Burrow gets sacked a lot today, too. I think they're going to get in trouble.
That
could happen to Herbert as well.
No, I don't think so.
Atlanta doesn't put too much pressure on them. Yeah.
They do not. And they're...
I'm not worried about that.
29th against quarterbacks, 27th against wide receivers. They're as opposed to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are first against
shout out
the number 1 against quarterbacks and 6th against wide receivers. And I just am not going to do it. I understand the path for the other side, but I'm going to stick with Herbert. He's been tough quarterback.
We
split on that one. Backyard sports. Love backyard sports. What's going on?
Love it.
Here's another quarterback tilt. This week, should he start? They start. Jaden Daniels or Purdy?
Give me Jaden.
Yep.
I will take Jaden there. Cool.
Yes, sir.
And then Brad here following up from another one. Or do we think with no Coleman and no Kincaid and Amari seeing, you'd imagine Witherspoon, do we think he finds the end zone? Or is it a field day for a guy like Shakir?
It's Shakir.
I think it's Shakir.
I think it's a field day for Shakir. I know Kellen Witherspoon's suspect, but
yeah, guys like Josh Allen in Buffalo, where there's snow a lot of the time, you gotta feel good about that.
See a lot of James Cook tonight.
Yeah,
or Josh Daniels and Ray Davis, or Josh Allen and Ray Davis.
Yeah, all three of them.
And is Ward
Maybe
out?
we'll see Josh
I looked
Allen
at
get
this
down
last
on one
night, I
knee
wasn't
again.
sure.
Oh, yeah, he'll kneel down to win.
I'm not sure if he's talking about Charvarius Ward. I'm not sure about Charvarius if he's playing or not.
Hang on.
I'll tell you right now.
He is
returns
out.
to practice Wednesday out.
Charvarius Ward's out.
Yeah, so I mean, Amari Cooper could technically have opportunity if it's not snowing as bad as we think, or if there's no wind and it's all right. I guess you could see an Amari Cooper sighting. I just trust Shakir more to be the guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Charvarius Ward was out of practice on a personal matter.
Oh, okay.
Looks like he's going to
Okay,
play.
I thought you were seeing something that I didn't see. All right, I was going with what you said, but I got. Yeah, I have that he's actually active.
He's actually active.
Either in or out, I was still going Shakir over Amari Cooper, and I feel like that's best opportunity. Was it Dawson Knox game?
Agree.
Yeah, Shakir.
Next question.
Yeah, no Lenore this week, but Ward is back. Patty, what's
up,
up?
Patty?
Good morning.
Welcome
What's
in, Patty.
going on? PPR start 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, and 1 flex. Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall, Bucky Irving, Drake London, Cortland Sutton, the Eat Man, Dinner Time, Marvin Harrison Jr. Patty's projected to win by 20, so we got to do some safe plays here. What's up, Amit?
All right. So safe plays would be the running backs, JT and Breece. How you have them lifted?
Absolutely not. Give me JT
not?
and Bucky. I want nothing to do with Breece Hall.
Why is that?
That's just me. What?
Oh, I think I like Breece. We're coming off a bye.
Coming off a bye, he's gonna play today. We already got.
Yeah,
I got word about that this morning.
Yeah, he's still. I mean,
sounds like you got burned.
Bucky has a day. Yeah, I did.
That's why.
So this might just be a little bit of some personal stuff here. So
with
I'll take
Bucky Irving sharing a backfield compared to
what I'm worried
Breece.
about.
Yeah, you can't. I can't do that. I can't take Breece out and put Bucky Irving in. And
you can't put him in as a flex over London or Sutton.
No.
And I probably go Sutton and Marv.
I would go Sutton and Marv.
Sutton's been playing out of his mind.
Sutton has been playing out of his mind. I can't take Sutton out, and he has a great matchup.
And you already said Jonathan Gannon, don't lie. Marv's going to get fed.
Yeah, I don't know if
now we talk about like getting all the work and everything.
I don't know if, yeah, I mean, it's going to get him going. That's what he said. I didn't see fed. I'm sorry. Maybe I overspoke.
Oh, I thought we were.
It's between Drake London and Marvin Harrison. I'm gonna go with Drake London. There's no doubt about that.
You'll take Drake London over Marvin Harrison today?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Write
that one down in your little book, bro. 0 shot.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen either, man. Vikings are dead last against wide receivers. I'm taking Marv there.
Yeah.
I'm taking Marvo. And as far as the Breece thing goes, I'm still gonna stick with Bucky. I don't care that Rachaad White is there. Breece is also he's banged up, and the Jets don't really. Let me look at. Braylon Allen is a more than serviceable back.
Yeah.
To take snaps away from Breece Hall, a hobbled Breece Hall, and a knee is a big deal. The Jets are 3-8. There's no. Are they mathematically out?
No,
that division?
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's the problem.
This is like they're gonna play every week like it's their last. Breece is gonna give it a go today. I don't like the splitting of the carries between Bucky and Rachaad White and Sean Tucker. So I'm gonna respectfully go JT, Breece, Marv, and Sutton right here for my 4.
My switch is just the Marv in London. We've already talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Marv still has a lot more to prove for me to put him over a top 10.
Now let me ask you this, Swanson. You like Bucky enough that you'd start him over any of those receivers in the flex?
No.
Okay.
No, not over.
So you're saying JT,
Marv
Bucky,
the dead
and then
last.
Marv.
Go ahead.
No way, not if he's down by 20.
Who's your other guy? Who's your other flex?
Oh, he's projected.
He's projected. Wait, sorry, say it again.
Is it Sutton or London, your 4th guy? Because you're saying JT and Bucky in the running back spot. You're going Marv at wide receiver, and then your flex is who?
Sutton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a split, Patty. Thank you for that too, because everybody has a different set right here.
Yeah, we are all
have
over
a different
on that one. I like that.
The tilt is real there.
That does not happen often.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
interested to see
I'm
what
just
happens
not
there.
sitting so well against Minnesota's defense, passing defense.
What do you mean?
They're
I mean,
terrible against wide receiver.
They're terrible.
are they?
They're dead last in 32nd.
They're
Giving
really
up.
good against the run, though.
They're giving up 35.5 points to the wide receivers per game.
Yeah, that's why I like Morris
Over
so
the
much.
course of the season?
Correct. And if you look at schedule adjusted, they are. Let me get down to my defense here.
Yeah, over the course of the season, they're 31st. However, over the last 4 games, Minnesota's been actually pretty good on the perimeter, ranked 24th. So what's that? Top 12? Almost top 12?
Yeah, I guess top 8. But who
The
did they play?
only all right,
Chicago,
so,
Tennessee, Jacksonville, and the Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give me
I mean
Marv.
that's gonna make you look good. Like, yeah.
yeah, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, I'd love to be wrong because I have both players in different leagues. So
That was a great tilt.
I'll still stick with Drake London though.
Let's keep it with the Brees conversation here. JN Sports Cards. What's going on? Good morning. Brees Hall or Mike Evans?
It's Mike Evans for me.
Mike Evans.
Okay. All right. I thought that might be more.
No,
There we go.
No.
that's not more.
Okay.
And we got 2 minutes for the injury updates coming in,
Yes.
so I'll keep an eye on that for us.
And
Yes,
then
sir.
Taysom or Pollard at flex and PPR. Damian Dillard, what's going on? Feels like the Titans like Spears too much. Damian's 9-3 and playoffs are clinched, so he's chilling, which is awesome.
I'm chilling and
so-
I'll play Taysom Hill.
Congratulations. I would
Yeah.
chill and play Taysom Hill.
Yeah, me too.
Shoot for the moon. All right, we have come down to the end of the tilts for the moment. It is
Nice.
11:30, so we'll wait on some injury designations. You want to do some anytimes here?
Sure.
I might duck out like 15 minutes early today. I need to help. I need to help my poor wife with the baby.
Mhm.
Understandable.
15 minutes, as you know.
So that's
is-
good. If we ran through the tilts, that's all good too. I mean, we got those taken care of. We'll do the injury designations, and maybe that'll change some of our tilts that we've done previous. We'll do some little anytimes and get it moving.
All right. Here we go. First one I have on my list today is Joseph Mixon.
He should be
of
on
the Houston
everybody's
Football
list.
Texans.
He's on my list.
He should be on everybody's list.
that?
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor is second on the list.
He's not on my list.
I don't hate it though.
I don't
Same
hate
Yeah,
it. Just not on my
game.
list.
Same game. I like Ramondre.
so bounce back.
I do have Ramondre on my list with a question mark.
Yeah. Same game. I like Ramondre.
Yeah, I feel like I have kind of a question mark on JT on this one, but Ramondre, I can see that happening too. I added George Pickens as per the show.
Love that ad. Yep. Chef's right on that one.
All right. So my anytimes, I have Kamara, James Cook, Joe Mixon, Bucky Irving. Those are the ones I like for running back. I do have Kyron Williams in there. I think he's due.
If anybody's due, he's due.
But I have a question mark against him on the side of him and Ramondre, just for context. And then I have for my receivers, we already talked about Pickens. Sutton's on a tear. I have AJ Brown, especially with Devontae out.
Yeah.
And then I have Puka, and I have Drake London too. But and then I have 2 more for you. I have one Dallas Goedert, and then I have Saquon. Duh.
Okay.
All
I have
right.
Pat listed on here.
Pat Fryermuth.
Yeah.
As like
I like that. I like that as one of those long shot ones.
I have him on my I have him on our waiver ticker there, or we did anyway. He's definitely in there. He's definitely available. If you're looking for a tight end this week, Pat Fryermuth has a decent matchup.
He does. He sure do.
I kind of like his usage down in the red zone a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I have him on here. Is for that red zone usage.
Yep.
All right, and then we have Pickens on there already. And then I had some other just like prop kind of stuff that I wrote down. One of which is I have Nico Collins. I have Nico for over 50 yards.
I like
50
that.
plus. Right?
What are the odds on that?
I don't know. I don't have that.
All right.
I didn't write the
Anyway,
odds down, but
all right, I'll
I
take
have-
it.
I have that. I've got another. Let me see. I'm just gonna search for the plus mark. There we
We've
go.
got some
Kyron, I have combined rushing and receiving for over 50. I feel like it's safe. And
all
then,
right, so we got some ins and outs.
Oh, we do. All right.
Yeah, I'll go through them real fast. Actives today: Trevor Lawrence,
Okay, there we go.
Brees Hall, Alec Pierce, who I thought was going to be out. Pop Douglas is in.
That might help me.
Tajay Spears is in. So Pollard gets a knockdown for me in my rankings. Inactives, as we knew, Marshawn Lattimore. So no offensive inactives to report, but Lawrence, Hall, Pop Douglas, Pierce, Tajay Spears, all active today. Make sure you adjust your lineups accordingly. I do give BTJ a little bump up now that we are confirmed that Trevor Lawrence is going to play. I do give Braylon Allen a little knockdown as much as I like him on my reserve. If he's still there in any of your leagues, please just go pick him up.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised about Alec Pierce. I thought him and Downs were definitely not going to play.
I thought Alec Pierce was definitely not going to play today.
I was encouraged to start Pittman.
Not so much now, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to anyway, but I felt like I had to because of the other lack of options. But that just swings me in the other direction, so I'm good.
Yeah, I think you're safer with Alec Pierce up against Jonathan Jones than Pittman against Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, I was afraid of that whole all-day shadow anyway with Christian Gonzalez. But
yeah, he's going to shut Pittman down today. It's expected.
Probably.
We got some more tilts coming in here too.
Nice.
Get him.
Just Jay saying hi. What's up, Jay?
What's up?
What up, Jay?
What's going
Brady
on?
Jay.
Tone, what's going on? Good morning. Would we go Hawkinson or Juwan Jennings in the flex today?
Ooh. Give me Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
That's the line?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not a tight end premium league, I'm going to go with Juwan Jennings. Hawkinson showed up big time last week, but it's still a question mark for me. So go Juwan.
Okay.
I feel like I'm chasing points with Hawkinson in our league of record because I didn't play Laporta. And of course, I didn't play Laporta. He scores 2 touchdowns.
I think a lot of people are in that same boat.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in that same boat. And hey, let's ruin Hyde's day. Good morning.
Hey, Hyde. Pick Kamara.
Amari Cooper or Pittman Jr. half-point PPR. Swanson already told him to bench Tua, which I did. I did. I told him I said start Darnold over Tua. Tua was at the time 0-4 against in games where it was like sub 50 degrees or 40 degrees or something like that. And then he was having a bad game until the end.
He was. It was garbage time stuff, yeah. Or come from behind stuff.
So
2 consecutive weeks now for Tua over 300 yards. That's Tua in a row.
He's back. He's back.
For this one, it's half-point PPR. I'm going Chubb.
Sure.
But bad matchup in the snow with Amari Cooper. Hasn't really got any targets. Pittman's going to have shadow coverage of Christian Gonzalez. And, so
Zach,
give me
Chubb.
Let's do it. No way.
Dude, that's so out of character for him. He
that's
loves
so
Tua.
Crazy.
I started Tua over Kyler Murray. How about that? And it worked out for me.
I don't know if you know this, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is supposed to eat today.
Yeah, Jonathan Gannon told us so.
He's a hungry boy.
Jonathan Gannon called into the show, said that they're going to let him go today.
So half-point PPR. I'm going to go with the touchdowns here. And we just got word that Alec Pierce is active.
If Marvin Harrison Jr. goes off today like I need him to go off for our League of Record redraft league, I'll be so happy, and I'll be happy I'm wrong. So just to let you know that.
Well, keep smiling, bro, because I think he's going off today.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
There you go. Love that. And Crooked wants to know who the biggest fantasy letdown has been this season. Travis Etienne, Devontae Adams, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Etienne. Were these guys drafted and they didn't produce the way some have hoped? Laporta being another, Jalen Waddle being another.
And Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne, man.
ETN is definitely one. If you wanted to talk like draft value, Marvin Harrison has not lived up to his draft price. I think people were getting him at the end of the first, beginning of the second round. And he's wide receiver 30. So it's not what you wanted to see. He's only really had two big blow up games. Hopefully today he eats two against Minnesota. But he is definitely my letdown personally of the season, and shame on me for drafting a rookie wide receiver so early.
I mean, you could say that, but then you got your Malik Neighbors, who outside of injury has been absolutely awesome. He was really great for fantasy in the beginning of the year. Like, he was going to light it up. He was going to be really good. So, like, yeah, Roma Dunze killed you, and Marvin Harrison hasn't helped because he was overpriced, but he also had some decent games. Whereas Etienne, man, like, you were talking top 3 running back this year. Like, we were taking him 2, 3, 4, at least top 5. He was going ahead of Saquon, ahead of Derrick Henry. Like, it was a no-brainer, ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs. And right about now, you take anybody over him because he's been absolutely atrocious. Besides the injuries,
Tyrone Tracy over him.
Then he was bad early, and then he got injured. Like, he totally killed you. He nuked your team. If you drafted him early and you didn't draft one of those, like, you didn't pick up Tyrone Tracy, you weren't able to go out and get Kareem Hunt to be serviceable, like, your fantasy season's a dud. Like, I got a team out there where I'm like 2-9 because of him. Like, it's terrible. Or 2-10 because of him. It's awful.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the dud I got. I think that's the biggest one.
Because even Mahomes is bad, but he's always a high-end QB2, and in super flex leagues, he hasn't killed you. He's a high-end QB2. That's what he's been. So
I agree.
And Devontae Adams has been bad, but you didn't pay the price you did for Travis Etienne, man.
No, I agree with
price wise, that's where it hurts the most. That is where it hurts the most.
The people you let go by you because you wanted to take Etienne is what hurts. That's the kick in the nuts right there, that one. Even Breece Hall hasn't been great either. Like, he has some good games and whatnot, but he hasn't been as bad as Etienne. So,
yeah, Breece Hall hasn't been spectacular for you either, but not as bad as Etienne. All right, before I get out of here, because I'm going to jump early, I do want to. While you were gone for a second, I had a couple overs here that I wanted to just run by you real quick. I know we usually do any times, but I just had a few that looked like it made sense.
Okay.
Nico Collins over 50 yards, 50 plus.
Easy money.
Geno Smith 200 plus passing yards.
Yeah, could be close, but yeah,
could be close. But I think 200 might be.
I'll take that.
Kyron combined rushing and receiving 50.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. That might even be low. Jalen Hurts over 20 rush yards, 20 plus.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson to throw 1+ touchdowns, and George Kittle to have 40 plus receiving yards.
I like all those. Those all sound like easy money, man.
I don't know about the Hurts running against Baltimore.
Just 20 yards, Jeff. There's 3 little 8-yard scrambles. That happens.
No.
Okay.
All right. Like
20 yards. Yeah, he's been averaging over that. Okay.
I'm gonna steal one from Bud Johnson. We have a little chat though where we talk parlays and whatnot. And
I want to be invited.
It's where the parlay sluts. You want to be in?
Ooh.
Yeah, spicy.
Nice.
Spicy. So we do a lot of wild parlays and do a lot of fun stuff. And he's got one where he's not wrong. Wind, cold weather, dump offs. So he's got 4 different running backs to get 25 plus yards receiving. Instead of the rushing, just 4 different running backs to get those receiving. So not in a cold game, just overall because he's a beast. Joe Mixon.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, no Eckler. So Brian Robinson, surprisingly, in that game.
I like B-Rob in that one.
And then James Cook.
Yeah.
For 25 plus yards receiving.
I like
little
that.
Screen passes, swings, dump offs, So
the only one I'm not so hot on is the Taylor one.
Yeah, but now that Alec Pierce is there, when there was no Alec Pierce, that you got to get the offense.
That makes sense.
Somehow.
Yeah. No, 100%.
And you mentioned Christian Gonzalez and Jonathan Jones, like the good corners. Like you got to throw it to somebody.
With Anthony Richardson coming back, like we haven't seen the dump offs even fabricate for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
they're almost out of it. So I mean, if you got a line for maybe plus 10 yards receiving, then I would go for it.
Yeah, or just take him out of it. Put Ramondre on the other side. Same game. Boom.
I mean, we just put it out there for you, Juan. Jonathan Taylor only has 13 receiving yards on the season. 13 receptions on the season.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's terrible.
Look at that. Cool.
Yeah,
all right, boys. I'm gonna get out of here early.
Yeah, man, you do that.
Everybody, great tilts. Good luck this week. We will be back here next week.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go help the wife out and get some sleep, and I'll be talking to you guys on the other side.
Peace, bro.
Go get him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got to reset the outro on this thing. I got to do a couple things real fast because we messed up a little in the beginning because of the technical difficulties.
The little men's in the StreamYard putting the wires together,
man,
plugging the wires.
Really, they were not too happy today. Oh, here's some inactives. Let's see what we got here. Inactive. Let's see if anything is worth even talking about. Chargers. Denzel Perryman's out. That's a big one. Man, everybody all my linebackers for my IDP leagues are out this week, man. I lost.
That's rough.
Oh, it's so bad. But I pivoted. I went out and picked up the linebacker for the Carolina Panthers. I forget his name.
It's not Lufu because he went to the Commanders. He was their best linebacker last year.
I could pull it up if you give me a second.
Yeah.
You talk a little IDP if you want.
I like IDP. Big Ant does an IDP league, and we were, I have Danielle Hunter in for him over Van Ginkel this week.
Yeah, I like this. I like this league. It's It's one of one for me. It's a contract league. It's a deep roster IDP league. So it's super fun in that sense. Like it's a different aspect of fantasy. And my roster, if I can ever learn how to pull it up. There we go. Linebackers this week, I have Kyle Van Noy, who's doubtful, so I had to put him out. Denzel Perryman, who is out, so I had to take him out. And luckily, I have Demario Davis.
Okay.
For New Orleans. And then I picked up Josie Jewell.
Okay.
Yeah, so Josie Jewell, he has been doing it pretty much every week, just crushing it. First week, 12 points. Second week, 24. Third week, 12. Fourth week, 11. Mixed 5, 6, and 7, and then came back. I mean, last week he put up 24 points, dude. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to that quick waiver wire ad. Hopefully, I can get some scoring on the board. I'm already up 109-24 after Brock Bowers went off this week in that league, and I also had Tyreek Hill. So happy about that. What else we got? We got anything else?
Nah, man. I think that about wraps it up for today, man.
All
I'm gonna
right,
go set a whole bunch of lineups and start getting ready. Another great Sunday tilt, my man Zach, bro.
It's another great Sunday tilt. And with that being said, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate every one of you guys. Good luck this week. We will see you back 10 a.m. next Sunday.
Big week 14 next week. We got to win it, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's get in these playoffs.
Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sunday Tilt. Visit us on YouTube at youtube.com/thetiltisreal and like and subscribe. We're live every Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you all next week on The Tilt is Real.